Dahlias are one of my favorite flowers. In fact, this second one is a picture I took in my mom's garden. She loves dahlias just as much as I do. Let's start by painting this forward-facing dahlia. Now these inner petals are teeny tiny and look almost like dots, and then I'll start to add tiny dahlia petals by creating dashes. I'll slowly add in petals around the center where I got started using a 2-blade leaf technique, and then I'm slowly, gradually making those petals bigger as I go out. I'm trying to keep the centers of my petals white. If I accidentally overlap the center, it's okay, but I want to leave a tiny bit of white space because it helps the viewer know that this is a dahlia. I've also kept the center really dark and gradually have lightened my petals by adding a little bit of water to my paint as I add each layer of petals. Okay, that looks pretty good. So now let's move on to our angled dahlia. You can see that the center is poking up in the photo, so I've tried to recreate that here in my painting. I'm still painting those dashed lines, but this time I'm keeping them all at an angle and I'm not adding any around the top since we can't see those full petals. Now I'll just paint more petals like we did with the forward-facing dahlia, but I'm going to skip the first couple of rows along the top where you wouldn't be able to see those petals anyway. I'll just add in a few shorter petals over there to round it out, but I'm not going to add in more than 1 or 2 rows of petals. I'm adding in just a little bit of yellow detail, and then adding in this dark purple so the centers of my dahlia just pop. Now for the stems. I'm adding in a third stem so I can paint one of these dahlia buds. They're just little round balls that have these little leaves poking out around the bottom, so that's what I'm trying to recreate here. Now, rather than fill in the entire ball shape, I've left some white space so that you can see that there are individual petals. You can keep the little leaves around the bottom like I did here with this first bud, or add them around the entire bud like I did here on the second one.